Hi, I'm Helen Rupp. Welcome to my set. I'll be playing a brand new bunch of songs for you today. I've been writing an album over the past few weeks, so it's a whole new bunch of stuff that I've come up with. Some of the songs you might have heard little bits of, but not very much at all, so that's all fun. I'm playing on piano, if you hadn't already guessed. I couldn't find a better camera angle, so you're gonna just have to believe me, okay? Cool. So the first song is called Coppelia, and it starts with an excerpt from Shostakovich's Three Fantastic Dances. Underneath the surface, there's a cardboard shell. It's filled with hope and purpose and cellophane memories. Wires move me like a cutout machine. How I move so smoothly must be just a dream. The pulling of the seams. Where I am going is all down to you. With string around my fingers, you make me move to where I'm going to. What connects my shoulders? The staples under my skin. Drag my head to the roses. I want to take it all in and understand the living land. If I could feel something, I would want to feel this. The air and trees around me, they're the things that I miss. The pulling of the seams. Where I am going is all down to you. With string around my fingers, you make me move to where I'm going to. So this next song is part of a pair. So the way I'll write a song and think, oh yeah, that's good, and then about 2 seconds later I write another song that sounds suspiciously like the first one, but it's kind of reworked and re-got things going on either through chord patterns or maybe the kind of style is the same, but they kind of go together. I'm playing 2 from a set today, which is kind of risky because they kind of sound the same, but they also kind of don't. So this is the first one of that pair, and it's called Almost Home. One of the questions that people ask me all the time is, how do you sing like this, and how do you do that trick and this trick, and how do you make your voice sound like that? And I'm always like, I don't know, but the secret is like, I do know, but the thing is that I wasn't exactly a very safe trainer. When I was training to sing, I wasn't doing things that I would advise people to do. It was very bad and very painful and not very nice at all. So when people ask me, oh, how do I do this? How do I get to this point? I'm like, please don't. Because as far as I know, the way that I sing and how I sing comes from doing those bad things. And I don't want you to do those bad things. And one of the consequences of the way that I trained and the way that I got my voice how it is that it went from being something quite quiet and quite restrained and very young at the time, to something more mature and very, very loud. And even now when I'm speaking, I'm thinking, oh god, how am I this loud? It's like putting a 2-year-old in the front seat of a Ferrari and hoping for the best. And that's how I do most of the tricks, because secretly I just have no control whatsoever. And so the jumps and leaps are just from me not knowing what to do. And this song that I've written here, for some reason I find a lot harder than other songs to control the Ferrari, to keep it down, to keep, you know, so I'm going to play the song for you. It's called The Watchtower. It's very, very new, but here we go. with no warning, he sang along to the catchiest part of the song, saying I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. Surprise in his eyes, he seems to know this love isn't how the fairy tales go, saying I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. I do think there's something down by the watchtower, waiting to take me away from your power. Find me a reason to stay here, away from the watchtower. Taken so long, it could wait till the end of the song, saying I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. And tonight was the night he would know how far the love would go, saying I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. I know that there's something down by the watchtower, waiting to take you away from my power. There is no reason to stay here, so go to the watchtower. Time it is, it all falls apart. And when you go, we'll close the factory. There'll be no more of me, I will be gone. So take your heart, play out your destiny. There'll be no memory of what you have done. When you go, there will be nothing left. No hell and no government, no heaven above. And when you go, you will remember this. Whatever the time it is, it all falls apart. I know that there's something down by the watchtower, waiting to take you away from my power. There is no reason to stay here, so go to the watchtower. I know that there's something down by the watchtower, waiting to take me away from your power. Find me a reason to stay here. Find me a reason to stay here. Find me a reason to stay here, away from the watchtower. This next song is called The Casino. It's one of the ones that I have actually released, kind of. It's a slow song in 7/4, which is quite fun. It's the second one of that set I was talking about. I actually wrote this one before the other one, but I'm playing it second because I'm a rebel and I don't abide by your rules. So this is The Casino. And when I should go. heartbreaking thing, just like a poor man gambling. I can win here and I know this. So love, let's dine out tonight and everything is going to be alright. It's just a game of dice. Don't tell me to come home, I can deal with my problems alone. And if I meet my mark, I'll be back before dark. Don't tell me to come home. Don't tell me to come home, I can deal with my problems alone. And if I meet my mark, I'll be back before dark. Don't tell me to come home. And if I meet my mark, I'll be back before dark. Don't tell me to come home. Don't tell me to come home. So the other thing I've kind of gained a reputation for is playing songs where it looks like I'm very connected to the piano and I'm putting a lot of my soul into it, and it can make people quite emotional and it can make me emotional, and it's very intense and very big and kind of miserable sometimes. And I was writing a lot of these songs when I was starting out, to the point my first album, when I looked through the songs, I was like, but none of these songs are upbeat and none of these songs are a good time. I turned to my friend and I'm like, how am I supposed to write an upbeat song? How do I write an upbeat song? What do I do? And what we came up with was the song that is the last song on that album as kind of the bonus song, because it's absolutely mad. Okay, it is the weirdest thing, and it started this tradition of every album I do, the last song in the whole thing is completely crazy and something just upbeat and wild and mad. So I think on my third album there was a song that my brother sang, and yeah, that's the thing. For this album I have a song that is at the end. It's not this song I'm playing now, but it very much reminds me of that first song I did for my album, the song I'm about to play. It's called Sweet Lemonade and it's very upbeat, and I hope you enjoy it. You see the situation, she's calling everyone you know. That's half the population of your little city. Now she's hired a police car to find out where you are. She's coming down. She's coming down. There's only so much room in England that isn't filled with churches and crosses. So she's joined every religion just to cross her exes. It's at the synagogue and you know some other holy room. She's coming down. She's coming down. And you don't mind it. After all this time you tried it. Love is not a crime if you don't hide it. And then she thinks you're cooler than Sweet Lemonade. In Melton, you had better things to do, but she followed you to the Munsell to do a dirty thing or two. It was there you found the ring in her back pocket. You fell down. She's coming down. At first you found her crazy. You thought she was out of her mind. Said some things that make you wanna rewind. But she's still coming down. sweet lemonade. She thinks you're cooler than it. She thinks you're cooler than. She thinks you're cooler than it. She thinks you're cooler than. She thinks you're cooler than it. She thinks you're cooler than. She thinks you're cooler than it. She thinks you're cooler than. After all this time you tried it. Love is not a crime if you don't hide it. And then she thinks you're cooler than sweet lemonade. After all this time you tried it. Love is not a crime if you don't hide it. And then she thinks you're cooler than sweet lemonade. And she thinks you're cooler than sweet lemonade. And she thinks you're cooler than sweet lemonade. Very early on in my career, I was told that I was not a good performer and that I shouldn't really be focusing on performing at all. So I took that as fact, really. You know, Helen's not a good performer. I will not do any performance modules. I will never perform again. Which was quite nice in a songwriting way, because all the stuff I was writing I knew would only ever see me. So I could do whatever I want with it, and I could take it wherever I wanted and do all sorts of crazy stuff. And then very suddenly when I went to university, that wasn't the case anymore. And people wanted me to play, and they heard what I was doing and they wanted to hear that. But it was all very personal to me, and I didn't think people would like it, because obviously, as somebody had said to me, Helen's not a very good performer, so why would people want me to play? As a kind of fight to that, I started writing more and more complex songs and more crazy, more stuff to hope that people wouldn't like it, so that they would stop wanting me to play, so it could go back to being my thing. And that kind of backfired, because then people were just asking all the time. They were like, oh, Helen plays this amazing, wonderful, crazy stuff, let's get her in. And so I was playing so many gigs and so many complex things that it was just wearing me out entirely. And it just got me completely raw of playing and doing anything, to the point that I just didn't want to play anymore. I stopped playing piano entirely in beginning of 2017 because it was just killing me, and it was just completely destroying me, because I didn't understand why people were enjoying what I was doing, and I couldn't keep up with providing that stuff. The last year or so I've been really focused on getting back to playing the kind of stuff I was playing without the emotions attached, because I started playing stuff that I enjoyed playing, and I started playing easier stuff that I knew that the audience would like and would treat me well, would be good for me to play and easy for me to play on a regular basis. And that was how I was writing and how I have been writing since. But I want to write crazy stuff now, and I feel comfortable showing this mad stuff, but there's all this kind of like, oh, but what if it feels like that again? So that's something I've been working on, and this final song I'm going to play you is the closest I've gotten to playing songs like that again. So yeah, that's my mental health talk today for you. And this is my final song of the set. It is called St. Matthew's Finale. It is the final song of my album, other than the bonus track that I said about last song. It's big, and I'm gonna try and play it now. Cool. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this charity. It's amazing. This is St. Matthew's Finale. There comes a time in everyone's life where the glass frame calls, revealing it all, the rise and the fall, saying we are made. has died, the flowers have gone, and all I have left is just one song. So build me a chorus, strong and creak, with words full of purpose, false and meek, and make no more eyes that glisten with hope, that think for one moment that I can cope. Down with the light and be so bright. The passion is gone, St. Matthew is done. The passion is gone, St. Matthew is done. When the soul's returned, Sophistic Gaia Gaia. Straß durch Weiß, St. Matthew shall. Straß durch Weiß, St. Matthew shall. So let me sit in my tears, an unquiet conscience for years and years. The toil is done, my sweetest son. We'll find you a rock to slumber upon. And if these were the days, I'd count the lost. The stories I have would all but pass. The ease of the night would take me in, saying I am no man but mortal sin.